Welcome back. This is our week 2 sock knit along demonstration of the heel extension. All right, so here's where we left off after we did our gussets. So we have our needle 1 is marked. You see our little markers on there. And so what we have is at this point, we're going to work the little piece that goes directly under your heel. So if you're following along with the heel extension instructions for the pattern, and you'll also want to print off my detailed heel extension instructions that are in the forum. So right now we need to move some stitches from 1 to 2. And actually we're moving them over. They're going to be there for safekeeping. So we use the tip on needle 2. We knit 10 of those stitches off. Well, for my pattern, it's 10. You're going to knit however many stitches are in under your number I. So now these are the stitches we're going to work that are going to be part of our heel extension. And these are the ones we're going to keep. So for the next stitches, we're going to use the real end, the correct end, or the matching end. And we're going to follow the instructions, which tell us to slip, slip, knit, and then to knit on my pattern 4 and then 6 stitches. So you're going to knit the stitches that it tells you to knit, and you're going to leave, these are going to be on, you're going to stay on needle 1, these are going to be worked as the heel flap. All right, so after you knit the proper number of stitches, you're going to see that you still have some stitches left. And it'll be the same number of stitches that you took off with the other needle. So we need to put these someplace for a while, just to keep them out of the way, because we're going to knit them later. So we're just going to slip them without changing the orientation. So just purlwise with the yarn in the back, just slip the stitches over onto needle 2, the top of the foot needle. And that's really just for safekeeping, because you're not going to work them off that needle. You're just going to keep them there so that they're nice and safe. So now we'll see when you pull the needle through, you can see what we're really doing here once you get all your stuff out of the way. And what we've done is we've isolated the stitches at the bottom that we're going to work back and forth right there on needle 1. And that's the piece that's going to go back and forth, and it's going to be directly under your heel. That's the part you're going to walk on. So this section gets worked back and forth just on needle 1. So you're going to use it as if it were 2 straight needles. So we're just going to work back and forth, working the 2 row repeat. Right? So we're going to purl 2 together and purl across the row. And then when we turn it around, we're going to SSK. So we're basically decreasing 1 stitch at the beginning of every round. And I'm knitting this under the pattern, according to the pattern, but normally I would do the increase 1 in, because I find that I get an easier time joining it later, but we're going to do it the way it says. So, and then you're going to knit across. So you'll turn around, you'll purl 2 together, and purl across. And this yarn's tough because it tends to split. It's so loosely woven, which if you're using regular sock yarn, you won't have that issue. So we're just purl 2 together, purl across the row. With that needle 2, keeping all of our other stitches safely out of the way. You don't have to worry about anything falling off a double pointed needle there. And our pattern is going to tell us how many stitches that we should have left. And on my pattern, it tells me I should have 4 stitches left and end with a wrong side row. So I'm going to keep decreasing the first stitch of every row, a slip, slip, knit on the knit side, and purl 2 together until I have just these 4 stitches that'll be in the middle here. And here they are. So I've got 4 stitches left. I finished a wrong side row. I ended with a wrong side row. And let's see what we've made here. So there's the top of my sock. There's the side stitches that are going to join up to create that heel cup. I have those 10 stitches. For mine, it's 10 stitches that are waiting for me to create that heel cup. And it's just holding, they're just in a holding pattern on that needle. And then I have my heel extension, which is going to go directly under my heel. And that's the little piece I'll be walking on once my sock is finished. So next stop, heel flap. And now our sock will really start to look like something.